Hi, I'm Charlie, and today Lily, Jordan, and I are making applesauce.
With all these yummy apples.
Yeah, it's so easy you want to make it yourself all the time. So to make applesauce, we're going to need apples from the fruit group and water. The fruit group is shown as the red section of the My Plate icon. My Plate reminds us to make half our plates fruits and vegetables for good health. Applesauce is a fun and delicious way to eat fruit as part of a meal or as a snack. The first thing you want to do when working in the kitchen is to wash your hands. So the first step is you're going to wet your hands with running water. Now apply soap, and you're going to scrub your hands for about 20 seconds. Or another tip you can do is you can sing happy birthday twice. Under your nails, behind the hand, get in between your fingers. Now you can rinse your hands off. And now you're going to use the paper towel to turn off the faucet. There you go.
They might have germs or dirt on them, so we should rinse them.
Yes, we should. We're going to put them under cold running water.
Should we scrub them with the scrub brush?
Yes, we should. It's kind of like brushing your teeth, but gently. You don't want to mush them.
Like this?
Perfect. Get all sides of it. There we go. Now our apple's clean. We can make applesauce using apples that are peeled, or we can use apples with the peels still on. We're going to peel one apple to learn how to go about peeling fruits or vegetables if a recipe calls for it. For our applesauce, we will be making it with apples that have the peel on because it's faster and better for us. The apple peel has fiber, which helps us feel full and has many other benefits for our health. Let's practice peeling the apples. Do you know what this is?
What?
It's a peeler. A peeler works like a knife. The sharp blade is on the inside, and the outer edge keeps the blade from cutting into the apple. Hold it firmly, but not too tight. Keep your hands on the bottom part of the peeler. You're going to go from the top to the bottom. Just like that.
Can I check?
Yeah. The best way to peel apples is to use the peeler and peel the strips from the top to the bottom of the apple until the peel is gone. It's best to peel apples over a clean cutting board and not over the garbage because you don't want your fruit to fall in. After you've peeled the entire apple, the peels can go in a garbage bowl, which we will later empty into the trash or compost bin. Jordan, do you know what this is?
Yes, it's an apple core. It cuts the apples into slices and leaves the seed in the core alone by itself.
That's right. The best way to do this is to make sure you are above the apple so you can push down. It is very sharp, so be careful of your fingers when you're pushing down. And you're going to put it over the apple, and you're going to push down. Make sure to get above it. There you go. Once the slices are safely removed, take out the core and seeds and put them in the garbage bowl, which we will later empty into the trash or compost bin. If you're having trouble with it, don't bang it around to get it unstuck. Ask an adult for help. Here, let me get this, Jordan. I got you. Just like that. See how it separated the apple?
Yeah.
Now remove the apple slices for me. Get them all out. And it leaves us with, got it? The core. Now that we have our slices, we need to cut them into smaller pieces that are about the same size so they will cook evenly. First, we make sure that we have our cutting board so that we have a sturdy surface that won't wobble.
And to protect our countertops.
That's right. We use the same hand we write with to hold our knife and grip it firmly around the handle. We take one slice at a time, placing the flat side of the apple slice down. This is so that the apple doesn't roll around when we try and cut it. With one hand holding the knife and one hand holding the apple, keep our other hand's fingers curled under so only our knuckles show. We take our knife and we make a downward motion, cutting the apple. So now, Jordan, why don't you try it? Make your fingers like a claw and bring it up close to the knife.
Like this?
Just like that. That's perfect. There you go. And you're just going to keep doing that. The pieces of the apple should be about the same size of dice, like you use in a board game. That's why this kind of chopping is called dicing. And just like that, we have diced apples. Now, when we're done using our knives, we never leave them in the sink because someone using the sink may not see them and cut themselves. Adults can be in charge of rinsing our knives, drying them, and putting them away safely. Now we're going to add water and the apples in. Since we're going to need ½ cup of water, let's use this liquid measuring cup. When we pour liquid into a measuring cup, we make sure it's on a flat surface. Get eye level to the top line of the liquid so you can see when it reaches ½ cup. Let's try measuring and looking for the top of the liquid. So Jordan, can you pour the water in there for me? And Lily, hold it steady for me. And you want to see it when it reaches that ½ cup line. And stop. And now let's get eye level. Get down. Is that a ½ cup?
Yeah.
Perfect. There we go.
Now that we have all our ingredients, can we cook it?
Yes, we can. Our applesauce is just apples and water. That's all we need to make applesauce. Let's put these ingredients together. There you go. And using your hand, you can just scoop them in.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go, perfect. Great. Now let's take our pots with the ingredients and bring it to the stove. Stovetops can get very hot, so you need to pay attention to move slowly. It is also important to keep our cooking area clean. We want to make sure that we aren't wearing anything that hangs near the stove, like loose clothing or long hair. Keep oven mitts, wooden utensils, food packaging, towels, and curtains away from the stove top too. The reason we need to heat these ingredients is for the water to cook the apples, making them softer. We turn on the burner to medium heat and slowly bring the heat up to the boiling point of water, which is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. We can cover the pot to keep the heat in, which also speeds up the cooking process, and we'll check on the apples in about 25 minutes. We can check to see how the apples are doing. Let's turn off the heat first. When we are going to take off the lid, we use an oven mitt and make sure we open it away from us. Why don't you take the spoon and stir? Make a circle slowly so nothing in the pot spills. Make sure your spoon goes all the way to the bottom so that everything is stirred. You know why we stir?
Because it's fun. It also helps cool down the apples.
That's right. We stir to make sure the heat from the bottom and the sides of the pot distributes evenly, and also to make sure that food doesn't stick to the sides of the pot. Now that the apples have cooled down for 10 minutes, I know a job you can do.
Mash the apple!
That's right. First, we gotta put them in this bowl here. All right. Now, Jordan, you're gonna take that masher right there. Let's bring this right here. You're gonna mash. Go. There you go. If you don't have a masher, you can also use a fork. You can also do the same thing with mashed potatoes. That looks pretty good to me. Here, get it right over here. Perfect. Let's see. Does that look mashed to you, Lily?
Yeah.
All right, that looks pretty mashed. Let's do it. Cheers.
What?
All right. Oh, that's good.